first, I mean, congratulations
Thank you.
on winning, making the cut. Like, what are you like? Just the anticipation of everything. How has it been for you? Just especially this week.
Oh, this week has been interesting because like everyone is on pins and needles. Everyone wants to know what happened. And I'm excited. I don't know if there's like words to really say how I feel. I feel proud. Um, I feel excited. I've been emotional. I'm so many things, but I'm on a high right now. So
Yeah, I could imagine. And I want to ask you, like, with your collection for the finale, it blew me away
thank you.
because you brought so many aspects of yourself, but then you brought in so much new stuff that we haven't seen from you, which I really appreciated. Like, how was that 4 days of just pulling it together? And I know it's a short amount of time. How was that whole process for you?
I'm like the queen of pep talks, and so like I will talk myself into some good stuff. Okay, so like I gave myself many pep talks. I threw myself a pity party, and I have a rule about pity parties: like have a pity party, stay for one dance, and get out. And so I threw myself a pity party, and I got out of it. It was really important for me to kind of build on all the feedback that the judges gave me the entire season. I think the thing that they always said about me is that I always give them something new, but they always know it's me. And I was like, well, I have to do that again for the last time. And I wanted them to see all the things that I didn't get to show. And so that 10-piece collection almost didn't feel like enough. And I was like, how can I do a collection that makes them feel like they've seen 30 looks go down the runway? How can I solidify this? And then how can I allow them to see pieces that they could wear? I want them to pinpoint these looks and say, I can wear this, I can wear that. I need them to feel something, as Winnie would say.
Yeah, definitely. And like I love that you made a statement with the first model, with the plus size model. Like that was a statement, as well as my favorite piece of the 10-piece collection was the guy with the harness and his jacket. That was I need that jacket. Like I gotta buy that jacket.
And
Like
I tell you, that jacket almost did not happen. And I'm just like,
no.
it almost didn't happen because Tim was like, I don't know. And I was just like, but Tim, because I had another coat and he told me I don't know. And you know, when Tim talks, you listen, okay? so I definitely had that's when I had my little pity party and I was like, I don't know. And I got it together and I was like, we're gonna have a fur coat because we're gonna bring it back to the Cameron days, Dipset, all of those things. And I was just like,
Yes.
let's be inspired by that.
Yeah, and that's what it reminded me of, like growing, like being in my early 20s, and like that's the vibe. And I love, what was your favorite piece from like that really stood out to you that you just really love, would you say, at the time?
So I don't know if I have a favorite piece from the collection, but I know I have a favorite moment. Like I knew that I wanted Jihan, which is my curvy model, to kill it. Like I wanted them to know that everything I said this entire season is exactly what I mean, and we're gonna start the collection just like that. Like I'm going to remind you that this is exactly who I am and what I'm about as soon as the show opens. And you know, my models were game, and I was really excited because they were all pumped too, and I felt like they wanted to be there. They gave me really good energy.
Yeah, they killed it on the runway, like for you. Like they showed out like big time. But you know, like, how did it feel too? Because you know, usually it's a final two, and it was a final three. Like it's kind of like, oh dang, okay, that's awesome us three, but now it's still like still three of us. Like it's not two. Like what was that feeling like? Because I know it's like a pro and a con.
It was a curveball, honestly, but like really, to be really honest, I'm really happy I got to compete with Gary, right? Like, I think that's the thing. Like, I wanted to compete with, I had my eye on Gary since day one, and I wanted to compete with him. That's what felt right to me. And so like the final three, that was like, it was a curveball, but I knew like my eye was on Gary. in the best in the best way possible because he's a really good friend of mine. But yeah, I was just like, this is who we need to be competing against, and I felt like the pool was strong.
Yeah, it was definitely strong, and there was so many. Your styles are so different, but so dope for so many different reasons, you know. And it's like I always tell you, I love that you have the sparkles, you have the gaudy look like that just sticks out to me. I feel like it's needed. I feel like sometimes stuff is today so plain. And I
It's
think
relaxed, especially
yeah,
being in a pandemic for 18 months. You know, everybody's kind of on chill mode, and I'm like, well, can we chill and celebrate? Can we
yeah,
wear some sequin, sparkle in the daytime?
yeah, it's needed. Like colors and the sparkles, shiny, anything. It just brings life. Like you said, during a pandemic, it just makes you happy. Like
Yeah,
watching your runway made me happy. Like,
thank
oh my
you.
God, like every single look was just like, oh dang. And I was peeping that. I was like, this is amazing.
But that's
But
what I wanted it to feel like. The thing is about the final assignment. There's no next assignment. Like there's only
yeah.
one, and I was just like, I want to have a good time doing this because this is the last memories I'm gonna build here. And I had a really good time like creating it, despite the little pity party. I had a really good time designing the whole thing.
Yeah, you killed it. But I want to ask you, like, what was the feeling like when the runway happens and then they bring you three out and just the anticipate, like, because the words they say, like, one of you will be when, what, like, and waiting for Winnie's response as the final, tiebreaker. Like, how, yeah, explain it to me.
So I couldn't even give Winnie eye contact. I was like, I'm not looking at you, girl. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then like I also felt bad for her in that moment. Like, who wants to be the deciding factor? And so many things were happening like in my brain, like because in that moment I didn't know who it was going to be. Gary and I were holding on to each other so disgustingly tight. And I was just like, we don't know. We really didn't know. And it was just really, really emotional because I felt everything. I felt the pressure of the entire competition. I felt how proud my parents would be. I felt like the impact that I have on my child's future because of this. And it was just it when I tell you the floodgates open and they could not close.
Right. Yeah, and it was amazing to see your journey on the show because we were talking last time about being runner up a couple times and then winning a challenge, and now you are the winner of making the cut. Like, how did that feel? Just seeing the progression of, like you're saying, like, oh dang, I'm second. Okay, like just give me my second. I get it.
Let me say,
Yeah.
you know what? In that moment, especially like the days after, I really was just like consistency does really, really pay off. And I was praying that it would, but like you just never know because the competition was tight. Everybody there talented, everybody there deserving, and you really don't know until your name is called. And I was just like, okay, I did what I came here to do. Even if I didn't win, I knew I would still feel that way because I know that I showed up like every single time. And I showed up authentically.
Yeah,
And I think
definitely.
so much of that was like important to me. And so, I felt like it was a job well done. I don't have
Yeah.
any regrets. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, finally, I want to ask you, what is this going to do for you and your brand? What are your ideas already? Like, what's going through your mind now that everyone knows and you could, shout out and scream?
So many things. I now get to live in the land of color. Like amazing. There's like color everywhere now. I get to have my brand store on Amazon so everyone can shop my collection. And also my competitor friends Andrea and Gary get to have their collection on Amazon too. So that's like a plus. It felt like we were all winners. I'm having a co-brand released with Amazon, and that date will be released soon. And my store in LA, like there, and the list could go on. Like this literally was one of those competitions where, well, no, one of them. No other competition like this exists actually, where
Yeah.
it's just surprise after surprise, opportunity after opportunity. But it's allowing me to create opportunity within my community and within my business, and I'm really excited for just honestly being able to create a solid legacy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait. I'm actually coming to New York in a week and a half, and I definitely want to stop by and just see, like, because now seeing everything from you, it's like, I can't wait to see you in person.
Well, come
But
visit
yeah,
me.
I'm definitely gonna reach out to you. I'm coming. What is it? The 19th through the 24th, I think. So yeah, I'm staying in Astoria. But I want to thank you again and just congrats on everything and winning. You killed it. You were always, like, in my mind, one of the finalists. I was like, yo, she's making it. Like she's making it. I could just tell. Like I said, your looks always stood out to me and always caught my eye right away. I was like, she got the it factor. Like you just do.
Thank you.
But yeah, stay safe and we'll talk soon. I appreciate you.
I will. You too. I
Okay,
appreciate you
thanks.
always coming in your color.
I try. Okay, have a good one. Bye.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks.